Hi, I'm Anita Potter from Needles and Hooks, and welcome to episode 6 of UFO to FO. UFO stands for unfinished objects, and FO stands for finished objects. It's where we take an hour with a 10-minute break that I do include in the video to work on our projects and try to get our UFOs to be FOs. So, today we cycled back around to my rug for the bathroom, if I can get it over here. So I didn't get too much done on this because I went absolutely crazy. Yeah, I need to set something down. I'm gonna put the hook down too, if I can get it off of here. And I didn't get, whoa, don't you fall. There we go. Didn't get too much done on this. Not quite. Oh no, and there it goes. Sadness. Excuse me while I go pick up my knitting needle. Ouch! And totally hit my head on the desk. Anyway, no edits for that. It happens. Let me find my thing here and make sure I don't lose my stitches, because that would not be fun. Make sure I get these on correctly. Make sure. Uh-oh, no. Hang on. Let me grab my other needle here. Alright, let's see. Yeah, because I dropped my stitches. Well, when my needle fell out, it's always the end stitch that gets messed up. So let me, no, it's not even on here correctly. It's twisted. And I will make a video eventually on how to pick up drop stitches and make sure they're seated on your needle correctly. I will do that at some point. So I'm just gonna set this over here for now. Maybe, because I got way too many projects up here. I've got one out of sight that I'm waiting on safety eyes for, and fiber fill that I ordered last night on Joanne's website. Did I do it last night? Yeah, I did 2 last night, and then I just ordered a couple of more items for other things tonight. So, fun. If I was smart, I would have thought about them all at the same time and done it in one order. No. I had to make things difficult for myself. So, I've got this ball of yarn for my rug. And then, if I can grab it without knocking everything else off of my poor piano that I can't get to. I can't pick it up. I've got this ball of scrap yarn. So, hopefully I can finish this rug with just this. Hopefully. But I don't know. We'll see. Please get back on there. Stay. Don't fall. Alright. So right now I've got my handy dandy timer set for 30 minutes. And then we're going to go for 30, take a 10-minute break, and then we'll go for another 30. So here we go. And we're off. Off we go. Throw my ball back down in my coffee container here. Coffee can. There it goes. Move my crochet hook. And let's get going. And I have to do it over here at the desk. And I realize it's a pain. You can't really see what I'm doing because, well, my Yarnapalooza over here is taking up my desk where I usually set the camera. I can't do it right now because it's covered and I need to be able to put that stuff away. I also got all the yarn over here. There's just yarn everywhere, so can't really see what I'm doing, which is unfortunate, and I do apologize, but I have to make do with what I have at the moment. I do need to go and get some stuff to bag the yarn up with. I just excuse me, I just don't have anything right now. Why are you splitting? So yeah, it's hard to see what I'm doing. But I am knitting away, knitting an I-cord that at the end of this session I will crochet to see if we get another row, which would be nice. I would like this done. But I keep starting projects, which a lot of us do. And it's like, because, you know, you work on a project, then you kind of get bored and you're like, ooh, let me start this other project. And then before you know it, you've got like, how many whips do I have? UFOs, whips, they're the same thing. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Eek. Yeah, I've got 7 projects going at once. And I did, like, I went nuts and finished the weighted blanket. Because I was just like, this is sucking up so much time. So I finished that one. The leftover yarn from that I used is now in a basket behind me, and then this basket that I started right here, which is bigger than that one that's on the floor. And if you watched, what do I call that series? FOYB, Finished Objects and Yarn Buys. Thinking about changing the name of that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just fumbling my way through this right now. I don't want to call it a podcast. But, yeah, I wish I could angle this down without knocking it down. Can I do that? Not really. Shoot. Anyway. But, yeah, I'd rather much be over there on my little fake couch than sitting here at my desk. But until I get that mess cleaned up, this is where I'm at. So, get my foot unwrapped from the yarn. It's after work. There's no storm tonight, thankfully. It's not supposed to be any kind of like storms until I think Saturday or Sunday, actually. It's going to get back in the 90s, which I'm absolutely not looking forward to. It's just way too hot. It's insane how hot this summer has been. And I guess it's like we finally hit our rainy season, which in August of all months. Hottest month supposedly, and the rainiest right now, because I was expecting a lot of rain in spring. Didn't happen. Maybe it sprinkled here and there, but nothing much going on with it. So we only finally just started getting good rain, like starting I think last week, and which makes it difficult to like do stuff. Oh, also, I guess Xfinity is going to be doing work out here to upgrade something in this area. So there'll probably be, I'm going to have like outages, internet outages. So I'm trying to get all this stuff done so I have content for like the next couple of weeks. Because they didn't say how long it was going to take. They just said it was going to start on August 22nd. But who knows if they're actually going to start on time or what. So I have no idea. All I know is just like, I really wish they would have picked a different month. Because I'm also taking part in a 3D, or actually it's not a 3D. It can be anything. Community render challenge, or community challenge from Clint over at Punisher, and it's called Kinetic Rush. So I've been like doing some stuff and doing updates with it on my other channel, which I have not done anything for the past week on it. And now that outage is gonna happen, I need to kind of like work on it this weekend and get it like done, finished, ready to go. And upload, because if I get it done and I can't get it submitted on time, I'm going to be so mad, because doing stuff like that takes a lot of time. I got as far as getting some things in there, my scene. I just need to get the environment and give my characters some clothing, and get it basically to the finish line, because I'm at the point where it's just like the sections I struggle at the most is texturing and environments. I can make clothes. That's no big deal. I don't need to have like hair simulations or cloth simulations like I did on the Eternal Ascent challenge, which I had both on that, and it took my computer a little over 11 hours to render out all those frames, because I use a 3D program called Blender, and I use the Cycles render engine. And if I tried to like just do minimal samples with denoise on it, makes it like it blurs it a little bit. It did bad things to my character's hair. So I was just like, you know what? Guess we're not using denoise. We're just gonna do 1,000 samples and call it a day. It took 11 hours, which that's fine. This one, on the other hand, I don't believe I should let it try to render overnight, because when I was trying to do, just to check, I've got fire simulations. Well, not simulations. They're VBDs, but I can't remember what they, volume something or other. I just did a one sample render just to check the fire and explosion out on it, and it gave me 3 black frames. No errors, no nothing. So it's just like, you know what? When I get done to the point where I need to finish, I can finish, render it out, ship it, send it, be done with it. I'm going to have to babysit it. And because I'm not going to render out a video straight from Blender at the get-go, it's going to render out the individual frames. I can stop the render if I need to go to bed and then pick it up the next day when I get up and keep going. So that's that, and I do need to get a good chunk of it done this weekend, because that outage came at the wrong time. The challenge ends on September 1st, I do believe. I'd have to double check, but I know it's in September. We have a month to do this. There are people that have already, like within the first week when it came out. This is just week 2, mind you, and we've got like 4 weeks. There are people that already have their stuff basically finished, and I'm just like, I'm still struggling with my environment and my characters. So, I mean, it's good for them. They have like all these assets and stuff they can just like build their scenes with. I don't have all that. I mean, they gave us Kit Bash Cargo free for a month that I can download 10 premium assets for, which is what I did. I have not modeled anything. The only thing I'm going to probably model on there is like clothing for my 2 characters. And then I got to texture the environment and get it, the lighting and all that stuff set, which, like I said, is a weakness. I suck at it. It's just difficult. I don't know why I'm having such issues with it. What I don't understand is like, why can't I do what everybody else does? Why am I not getting this? I don't understand. So, shush. Told my phone shush. That's what I tell my phone, because I don't need to be looking at emails right now. I'm busy. Working on my UFO. Yeah. So, and I know I'd said in a previous UFO2FO episode, I was like, I don't really care to watch. Oh my goodness. Shush. What is going on? Okay, I don't care. All right. Anyway. It's like when it starts being multiple notifications, it's just like, oh, what is going on? And it was like two completely separate things. I'm just like, I'll get to you in a minute, Facebook. So yeah. Working on this. What was I talking about? That's right. I know I'd said in a previous episode of UFO2FO, let me start the story all over again, that I didn't really care about what yarn people buy or whatever. I was like, it's not my thing. Until I started actually watching them. Yeah. So, it's like, I don't know. I'm not a yarn snob. Period. I'll buy yarn wherever they got it. When I need it. I don't like just do it just for the hell of it. I mean, sometimes I've done it. I mean, all the yarn that I bought this past weekend, all but like 4 skeins of yarn is going to do projects for the channel. I bought this gray yarn. I bought 2 of these and then 2 more big jumbos for my son's blanket so I can get that hopefully finished. That's for a Christmas gift for my daughter. She requested crocheted elephants. So I'm doing elephants. But, and like I said in FOYB, the safety eyes I bought are not safety eyes. So I'm paused on that project for the moment until I get the safety eyes and my polyfill in from the mail. So that has to wait. Hopefully I can get them like this week so I can finish this and hide it somewhere so she don't see it. Even though she knows what it is. It's just, it does not look exactly like the picture that the pattern is. I had some issues with the pattern. Things ended up a little wonky, and I'm like going, I know I'm not stupid. I was like, I'm not stupid. I was like, I read the instructions, and it's like I was almost at the point where I could like crochet in the trunk, and everything was just, the arms and legs were just so cockeyed. I was like, I ripped it back to where the arms went. So I ended up ripping it, frogging it back, and then redoing it, which it looks a heck of a lot better now. So, and some of the part of the instructions make like no sense. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to use you as a guideline and then line things up myself, which is what I did for the trunk because it would have been sideways. And I'm like, and I don't know if it's because I'm left-handed, which I don't think that would make a difference, or it shouldn't make a difference, but I don't know. And I see all these finished projects of it, and I'm like, well, what the hell didn't I get from the pattern? I don't understand. I don't get it. I'm not stupid. I know how to crochet. I know how to read a pattern. Been doing it for years. But there was just something about that pattern that didn't make any sense. And I'm wondering, and this is just speculation on my part, because they had the free version on their blog, and then they had a paid PDF pattern, which included some other things in it on their Etsy store. And I'm like, I'm not buying from Etsy, and that's a personal preference for myself. Unless I absolutely need it, I'm not shopping at Etsy. But, So I'm wondering if they just omitted some rows or basically screwed the free one up to try to get you to buy the paid pattern. I mean, that would be kind of stupid, actually. You know, I do paid patterns through my Gumroad. They're not that expensive. There's only a couple over there right now. And it's like I make sure, absolutely sure, every time I do a pattern, I go over it and make sure it's correct. Free or not. You should always double check your work when you're writing it up in whatever program you're using and make sure it's correct. Which is what I try to do. And it's like I'm not at a point where like I've got something so complicated going on that I need pattern testers yet. I probably will, but I don't know when that will be. It's like, and I've never had any kind of testers before, so I don't know exactly all what's involved in it. So if anybody has like a resource or can point me in the right direction, please leave it in the comment section below. I do have links disabled in comments, so anything that comes through with a link gets held for review. If you post one, because I'm not the best at checking things on a daily basis, but yeah, if you send me a link to like how to be a pattern tester or what's involved with pattern testing, and I haven't like responded back to it, because I try my best to respond back to everybody. Splitting my yarn again as much as I can. I don't think I've missed any. I don't know, but on any channel. But if it's a couple of days and I haven't like responded to it, smack me upside the head in the comments section. It's like, hey, whack, I sent you a link. It's like, okay, because I'm good at checking like comments, but I'm not so remembering to check held for review comments. That's what I was trying to say. But yeah, that's what we'll do as I knit along here. This I-cord. It would have been so much easier to have the little crank one, but that's okay too. It's like lots of traffic noise tonight as well. I have no idea, with loud truck or something. Or a helicopter. I think it's a helicopter. I'm pretty sure it's coming over my microphone too. You shall listen to it as it flies over. And now it's flying away now. Okay. So I'm not sure what else to like yap about here, because it's like this is just a spontaneous one. It's like I need to get going on these, because it's like I've had my other channel where I teach audio engineering for like since I think 2011, but I didn't really start doing much of anything with it until about like 6 years ago. So, and I want to do this one, be a little more consistent with this one, which hasn't really happened because, well, the pop-up storms, and things being like ridiculously loud. At least there's nobody outside tonight power washing to 9:30 at night. Right now it's like 8:27 at night. I should be hitting my 30-minute mark here any second now. Oh my, I got 8 minutes. It's not any second now, it's 8 minutes from now. So we're just gonna keep on knitting. I gotta run out of this gray anytime soon. I'm getting sick and tired of looking at this gray yarn here. Let me look. Not yet. Oop. Noisy. So what happens when you toss a big ball of yarn into a metalish coffee container. I use coffee containers to have my balls of yarn so they don't roll around all over the place, except when I'm working on the jacquard double knitting pattern. They sit on here because I have to do I use both yarns, so I need them like right where I can see them, and so they don't, if they get twisted up, I can like easily untwist them. Not so easy to do if they're in containers. So hopefully I've got 1.5 blocks left in that strip over there to do, and I need to get it done so I can do the last strip, which is 10 different blocks, and be done with it, and then do all the crochet them together, and then do the edging around it. So I want that done before winter as well, but it requires me reading charts and actually making the chart in Affinity Designer, because my printer is out of ink. I'm not about to buy more ink. I don't exactly have space on my desk for a different printer because I'm really tired of it being on my floor. That, and I'm tired of like having to hunt for the ink specifically for that printer, because that printer is maybe 20 years old. I'm not sure, but it's old. It's well over 10. I know that for a fact. It still works. It's just trying to get ink for it's a pain. Almost. I need my 10-minute break, and I don't want to like break early because that's no fun. I'm just working 30 minutes, take a 10-minute break, which I do completely take all 10 minutes. Turn the AC on because it's still hot. Get something to drink. Go to the bathroom. Give me a chance to check out that Facebook notification. Deal with that, so the next 30 minutes I can hopefully not have anything going on. Hopefully no phone calls happen, because that interrupts a lot. I'd have to pause everything and then start the clock again. But yeah, I'm just knitting away at a bad angle that you can't see. I could knit up here, then my arms would get tired. Yeah, see, my arms are getting tired, so I need to put them back down. Yeah, I'd have done the camera on my little tripod at the desk, but I don't have a lot of desk space. So it would probably fall off, and that would probably be too low too. So I was trying that as well. I don't have a wide enough base for it to sit on. I mean, maybe there's like a box I could probably do it on. Maybe I'll test that out for another one. when I do another one of these. So we're not like watching me looking down and you can't see what I'm doing. I'm still knitting. It's still here. But I just wanted to get this one done and ready for when it comes out on Monday. So, which is why I'm just sitting here doing this. It does get a little monotonous though, knitting I-cord. Get my foot caught in my yarn. Because it's just 1, 2, 3. Oops. Slide it. Oh no, 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 no you don't. No you don't. You don't fall off. Slide it down to the other end and then knit again. But I really just don't like how it does. See, it's all loosey-goosey in some spots. I swore when I had done I-cord before that it didn't look like that. But seeing as this is getting crocheted into a rug, I'm not worried about it. But as far as like an I-cord something, this doesn't, no. I wouldn't be comfortable giving somebody something that looks like this or selling something that looks like this, because that just looks terrible. And I don't understand why, unless I'm missing a step somewhere. Like, am I supposed to twist a stitch? What would it look like? I don't know. I might have to test that out one of these days too. Trying to figure out where it gets the loose parts. I don't understand. It's hard to tell. Yeah. Let's not lose our stitches. We don't want to do that. I don't know if that microphone is picking up the needles sliding, clicking. It is. I can see it on OBS Studio. Yep. It's picking it up as I slide everything across. Yeah, I'm just like the big bucket. If I don't finish it first, I'll put that in one of my UFO2FO thingies. Because right now it's sitting over there. I've got a couple of scrap balls of yarn sitting on the desk. Because the ones that are in... I got a small trash can. They're just rolling around in there to be used, and I'll just knot the yarn together and add yarn balls where needed, when needed, because this one's going to be a bigger one. Oh, and look at that, it's time for our 10-minute break. Yay! So needles and hooks down when you get to a stopping point. And I'm building in a 10-minute break because you should really take a break. You don't need to be sitting 24/7 unless you have to. Then you can sit and take a break for 10 minutes. So let's break. Okay, we're back from our 10-minute break. Yay! I think I took a little longer than 10. I had to deal with some things and get something to drink, and didn't have a snack. I don't have any snacks. I'm sad I don't have any snacks, but we are ready for the next 30 minutes. So let's get to work. Here we go. Time is ticking. Anywho, let's make sure I don't get my foot wrapped around my yarn again. And I will test out the camera situation outside of making a video, just so I can like test it and make sure it's like where it needs to be. And it's like, I know I'm too close right now, but I can't really back up too far. Now, if I had a lavalier mic, I could just back up as far as I want so you can see what I'm doing. But I don't. I have a mic. Give me a sec here. Right here. It's on a podcaster stand, but it does not swivel at all. And I still need to go and figure out how to fix it, because I should be able to swivel this sucker, but it's not swiveling in the slot that it sits in. When I did that, it was moving the whole unit on my desk. It's clamped to my desk. But I think it's because the little pole that sits inside the clamp part didn't quite get round enough. So, and I don't have the proper tools to fix it. So I might have to take it to my ex's and see if he's got something I can like hammer it or whatnot, because I don't want to use, I mean, I have a hammer, but it would be so loud in here and might annoy the neighbors. So, especially if there's anybody living below me. I don't know if somebody's living below me or not, but I don't want to like be banging around and then have somebody banging on their ceiling back. That would not be fun, because I live on the top floor. I have people on either side of me, and I don't know if I have anyone that lives below me. I can't exactly get on that floor, because each floor, there's 3 floors. I'm on the top, and they're all, I mean, I can get to the bottom floor, because that's where our laundry room is, and my key card goes for the laundry room that we finally got back after almost, oh my goodness, let's see, I moved in here. When did I move in here? 2021, I think, or 22. I don't remember, but I've been here almost 3 years, so probably, yeah, 2021. And like in October of 2021, we didn't have access to it because they were like remodeling or whatever downstairs, and we finally just got that access back maybe 2 months ago or so. So it's like, oh, so happy I don't have to walk all the way to another building to use their washers and dryers, because it's a hike. It's a hike to get to anywhere over here. I mean, it feels like a hike because I've got nerve damage in my legs that I'm trying to fix. So walking great distances like that, especially when it's hot outside, wasn't fun. And I really, really hated it in the winter times because it's cold, it's probably snowing, and it's cold. Did I mention it was cold? Don't split you the yarn. Okay. So it was a pain in the butt walking down 3 flights of stairs, go around the corner, all the way across, down another flight of stairs just to get to that laundry room in a different building. In the wintertime, it sucked. And when it gets darker in the winter, because of the silly time change, it makes it even worse. Because I have to like do it like ridiculously early just so it's still light outside so I can see my way back. Which I hate walking anywhere in the winter. Unless I have to, which I thankfully don't have to. Didn't have to last year. So hopefully now I could just like go down the stairs, get my stuff started, come back up. And not freeze too much. I just wish we had an apartment washer and dryer. You know, that would have been nice, but this apartment is just way too small for that. I mean, because it was like I got too much. As you can see, I've got way too much stuff just in this living room, and that's not including what you don't see on the other side of my computer. I've got a bass guitar, a bass amp, an electric guitar, an electric guitar amp, a drum set that's not put together. It's just sitting in the corner over there. Extra couch cushions just sitting on top of it. And there's just like the guitars and the bass are both, all three of them are on stands, so that's like taking up real estate in that corner. The drum set is extremely taking up space. It's like I can't use it. I can't put it together. I can't set it up there. I would have to like get a vault and vault over it just to get to the desk. So that's why that's not up. And my poor piano, which you can sort of see, don't knock the ball off, is covered with like yarn and like notebooks, and there's some books over there too that I was like going through trying to figure out like double crochet. Well, I know how to double crochet. It's just I was trying to figure out how many turning chains, because some people, I use 3, some people use 2. Some people use 2 for half double crochet, but I just use 1 for that because the stitch isn't getting taller. It's like a fatter stitch, if that makes sense. So I just use 1 for that. And I treat it just like a single crochet gets treated. Double crochet, I use 3 unless the pattern states use 2. And then there were things that I had learned which I didn't know, which is probably why I screwed up a lot of projects when I was first starting to crochet 20 plus years ago. Yeah, it's been over 20 years. That if the chain 3 counts as a stitch, as a double crochet, that you don't have to put a double crochet right there in the next stitch. You can do it in the next double crochet stitch, which I have to go through my patterns and see exactly what it means, because I didn't understand. It's not like it's printed anywhere. I just ran across a YouTube video that talked about it, and I'm like, what? I don't understand. I've never had it explained that way before. Even the books, I was going through all my little booklets that have stitch patterns in them. And in this crochet book over here was never mentioned once that I could see. So it was new to me, that's for sure. And I will, when I go to make that video, I will teach that part as well. Because it absolutely made sense, which was why I was wondering, well, why are my stitch counts off? That's why. Because you're counting the chain 3 as a stitch when it probably shouldn't have been. Which is ridiculous. But I know more now what I'm doing than I did back then, because my mom taught me to crochet wrong, and I think she was probably taught wrong as well. That's how it gets handed down, because I was doing a swatch for a blanket, and I'm like, why is it off? Why can't I get this? Well, what is going on? I don't understand. It's because I was just going through the front loop on the right side and then the back loop on the wrong side. I didn't realize you had to go through both loops. And then once I saw it posted when HGTV had forums or whatever, I'm not sure if they have them. I haven't been over there in forever. I'm not sure if they do or not. I might have to look at that eventually. Somebody mentioned something about both loops, and I'm like, what? So I did the swatch again, and poof, it was correct. I'm like, are you kidding me? Why did nobody tell me this before? Why was this not widely stated before? It's like I was like practically brand new to it, and I'm like, I think that would be like an important teaching point. I mean, I've done front loop and back loop things for like a turning, a fold, if you will. Because if you work in whichever front or back loop, it creates a ridge, and then you start working normally, it's like it makes like a fold line. I do the same thing in knitting. I'll like on the right side, I'll purl a row, and I think on the wrong side I knit a row, and then I go back to normal, and it makes a fold. Which is like good if you're like making like little pouches and you don't want to like have it like how you fold normally, fold something over. You have like something that kind of looks like a seam, which if you were to do it that way anyway, it makes it, there's like loops, not really loops, but an edge you can like do something into if you wanted to, like add fringe. So if I was to make like a necklace pouch, I'd probably do that. Make a fold in either the front loop or the back loop, whichever way I feel like it needs to go. That way, and then I could add like little fringy bits at the bottom, just for some added flair. In fact, let me write that down. I can't get to my notebook. Dang it. I have a pen. My notebook is right here. I'm just going to write it down on the bottom of the page. Necklace pouch. And I will do a knit and a crochet version of that too. See? This is what happens when I get to blather on by myself. I come up with things. So yeah, a necklace pouch. Why not? Yeah, because I do want to do accessories, not just like hats, scarves, which those will be done as well. I do want to do, I've never made a shawl. I've never made a wrap, so that's what some of this yarn, you can't see it. You can't really see it over there either. It's what some of this yarn is going to get used for. On the channel, and then I'll write a pattern, which will be a paid pattern, or you just sit and watch the video and follow along. Whichever. I'm not particular, and I'm not going to force you to do one way or the other. If you want a pattern, that's great. If you don't and you want to sit and watch a video, that's great too. Maybe you want both. Who knows? It's up to you. I just offer them two different ways. Purchasable pattern or watch it on YouTube. And when I go to do them, the wraps or whatever, and the hats and the scarves, I'm not just gonna go, oh, here's the repeat of this pattern, have at it. And no, I'll do we'll do the whole thing over a series of videos. You know, we'll do 1 or 2 sections one week, another 1 or 2 the following week until we're done. That's how I want to do it. Because I don't want to like only just give you just enough information to where, oh, here, go off on your own and finish it just in case something comes up. Oh my god, am I ever going to be done with this gray? Wait, did it change? Yes, I'm almost done with the gray. Look, there's the knot. This is some kind of a blue color. Yes, thank god, I'm so sick of looking at gray. Yeah, I do. Yeah, because I was like talking about in FOYB episode 2 that I've got some mystery patterns. I don't even know what they are. That I thought would be fun just to go through it. And if it ends up being somebody's actual pattern, then I'll like, and when asked, remove the video and I'll take it down. But as far as I know, I have no clue. I do not know. I wrote no pattern name down. I wrote no maker's name down. I don't know why I wrote them down. It's just those things have been in my binders for like ever, so I don't have a clue what they are. But I'm a big girl. If I screw up and do something that's somebody's, I'll make sure a link gets to it, or if they ask me to like take the video down, I'll take the video down. That's fine. It's not a big deal. Oh, I can't wait to get to a different color. Come in. So close. I've been dealing with this gray color for like, feels like weeks. Finally, blue. There's blue now. I can look at blue. Awesome. There we go. Yeah, I'm easily amused. But that's what happens. Come in. Get in there. Don't drop the stitch. There we go. Yeah, no, it's like I'm just knotting them together. It's like, it's a rug. It's for my bathroom. I'm not picky. It needs to get done. It needs to be in there because I'm tired of stepping on just tile at work. I swear, the 2 floors that I work on, it feels like there's no padding under that carpet whatsoever. So my feet end up hurting a lot, especially if I'm like on them for like a really long amount of time, especially on the days where I vacuum the hallways. My feet get pounded into whatever it is that's under that carpet because it's not padding. But when you go up to the upper floors, I work on the 2 bottom floors, they've got nice cushioning under their carpet, and I'm like, why can't we have that? That's just rude. It hurts my feet after a while. I mean, some days more than others. Like, my feet didn't really bother me today because I took breaks when I needed to and didn't try to do everything all at once. I spaced everything out because I think that's my problem. Trying to do all of it within a certain amount of time instead of just like, hey, get off your feet for a few. We can pick this up in a little bit. Yeah, I don't know what this blue is from. Because a lot of this yarn are from projects that I had and took apart. It was a big blanket. It was wide enough, plenty wide enough. It was just way too long. Nobody was using it, so I was like, you know what? Nobody's going to use it. I'm just going to reclaim all this yarn back, which is what these are. Except for some of the yarn that I got that I had a project and then just wrapped it up on here into a ball and used it until it was gone. So hopefully I would like to be able to finish this thing sometime soon. I think it's not quite halfway. At least eyeballing it right now, it's not. I don't think it's halfway done. Because this part takes forever. Got a I-cord, a specific length, or long enough to like get through a row. And when I get back to how it was, it's usually like 12 to 13 colors before I can like get through a row. I think that's what I counted a while back, unless this is part of, no, this is part of a scrap balls. This isn't part of the blanket I took apart. It's like I don't even know what this yarn I used for. I don't remember because I don't think I have it. I know some of this was for another blanket that I made that was wide enough but not long enough. And I did like blocks. I just straight out knit some blocks and made two sides and then like crocheted them together. I think. I haven't seen that. I ran across that blanket. It's in my closet right back behind me, but I never took it down. I don't even know why it's even in there. It should be in the top of my bedroom closet where all my other blankets live. Now we're going to change color here soon. Sooner than normal. Ah, come on. Yeah. It's like this was a 3-weight yarn. This one is definitely a 4-weight, and I'm pretty sure just looking at this, this is a 3-weight as well. So I don't really care that all the weights of these yarns don't match. A lot of it is a 4-weight yarn. So if a 3 gets in somewhere, whatever. It's all going to get crocheted in anyway. It's no big deal. It's just going to be something cushy to stand on at the bathroom sink. That's 7.5 minutes left. And then we will crochet what we've got done. And hopefully I can get across most of the rest of the row that it's on, and then like most of the second row. Because yeah, this takes a minute to do. Yeah, come on. There we go. Yeah, a lot of this yarn, like this one, I don't know where it came from. I don't know what brand it is. A lot of the yarn that I got was gifted to me, and they did not have yarn balls on. They were just wound up into balls and just, here, I don't want to use yarn anymore. I'm going to quilt from now on. It's like, all right, I'll take it. So I took all their yarn that they gave me. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm using it. Still using it. Now the gray yarn, I think I've discussed this before, but I can't remember. It sounds familiar. The gray yarn, this gray yarn, was in my mom's stuff after she passed. I guess she bought, I'm thinking she bought like an unfinished granny square blanket, and it had all these like skeins of like gray yarn in it. I was like, all right. They were just all blocks. They were not put together. They had gray edgings around them. So I was like, all right, I'll just sit here and I'll put all the gray on the edges of the ones that weren't finished. And of course, since I'm left-handed, I crochet differently than right-handers do. So it looked, my blocks with the borders look different, but that's fine. It's a blanket. It's in my closet. It's complete. Because I'm a left-handed crocheter and I'm a right-handed knitter. I prefer knitting throw than I do continental, because continental hurts my hands. And I don't like controlling the yarn in my left hand because I'm used to doing it in my right from all those years of crocheting. And controlling the yarn in my right hand, I'm more comfortable that way. And it's like, you don't want to like do something or learn a technique on how to do stuff if it's causing you discomfort. There's always different ways to do things. I just can't do continental. I mean, I can, I just don't like to. I never found it any faster because I couldn't get used to it because it hurt my hand too much. So maybe it's faster, I don't know. I can't do it. Because I have carpal tunnel in my left wrist and I manage it really well, so I have not had to like go in for surgeries or anything like that, because that would take like 6 weeks or whatever of recovery time, and I can't be out of work that long. And then I wouldn't be able to do any of this either. So I manage it well. If it starts to feel like it's starting to act up, I will cease all of this and like wait a few days and then pick it back up again. I haven't had an episode in a while, but usually when I feel it coming on, I slap my brace on and call it a day. And I was like, well, there goes what I wanted to do right now. Because I'd rather stop and be annoyed that I had to stop if it keeps me from having pain. So yeah, don't do things that are not comfortable. When I crochet, I wrap the yarn under. I tried doing it over, but it hurt my hand. So I was like, all right, I'll just do it how I do it. And there's no wrong way to do it. If anybody tells you your method is wrong, it's not. It's what's comfortable to you. Because you want to be able to make nice things and not have any kind of pain while doing it. And stop splitting the yarn. It happens a lot with the 3-weight yarns that these are. I do not know what, like I said, I don't know what brand this yarn is. I don't have a clue. It gifted. At the 2-minute warning. Yay! I've blathered on so much I have no idea what to talk about now. Other than I got 2 minutes left. And we're just gonna keep on working until that alarm goes off. And then we will crochet what we've got done. And see how far we get. Yeah, like I was going over, it's like, knitted hats. Those take a lot of time to do. And I have a universal pattern, but I rewrote it and made the size a little smaller because their standard size was just way too big for my wee little head. And yarn stretches. So, and I'm still trying to figure out how they figure out the formula on crocheted hats when you start from the top down. It's like, how many stitches do I need around before I can start just going around and around and around? Because mine's spiral. I would like to do like a scrappy hat where you change color every round. And dang it, split my yarn. And then you just work the ends in as you go, which is fine. Which is usually what I do unless I forget and it's like, shoot, all right, I'll just weave that in later. My little old yarn needle. And that's time. So, I'm going to set this, hopefully not drop it on the floor like I did at the beginning. I'll grab this, flip it over, and crochet what I have. And on this, I'm going through the front loop because it would have been too much to go through both loops on this. And that's just a personal preference. Ugh, all right. It's just 25 stitches across. Please let me get to the end, at least to the end of this row. I think I should. It's hard to see what I'm doing because, well, it's down here and the camera is not. Yay, traffic noise. I love that. That's like a little after 9 p.m. on a Thursday night. Oh man, we are just gonna barely get to the second row. Barely. Ugh. Alright. Chain one. Try to turn it without dropping stuff. Don't. Doesn't help. It's underneath. Get it back around. There we go. Treat it like bulky yarn. I'll probably do 2, maybe? Because I don't want to stray too far, because I do need to have some length to work with. Okay. So, we did manage to get through. I'm holding on to that needle right now, because I'm not dropping that again. We did manage to get through the rest of one row, and a little bit of, well, I can't really see it, the next row. So that is it for this UFO to FO episode. So let me know in the comments section below what UFO you worked on and if you have any finished objects as well. Let me know in the comment section below and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.